Parliament has been voting on Mahmoud Ahmadinejad's picks for a new government. It's seen as a key test for the Iranian president after his disputed re-election back in June. As voting wrapped up a short while ago in Tehran this Thursday, 3 out of his 21-member lineup had been rejected, among them 2 women. For some immediate analysis of this story, I'm joined now in the studio by Owen Fairclough from our International Affairs Desk. Owen, if we look at this and take a sort of step back, 3 out of 21, it is a slap on the wrist for Mahmoud Ahmadinejad.
Absolutely spot on, Marcus. In fact, Ahmadinejad thought he'd had all but 2 of those posts sewn up. The Parliament, as you mentioned, actually rejected 3 of his choices. Those were Ahmadinejad's choices for the posts of energy, education and social health. Now, those last 2 ministries, education and social health, were to be occupied by women. A big step for Iran. This would have been the first time in the Islamic Republic's short history, or 30-year history, that 3 women could have been at the helm of the ministries. I say could because 2 of them were rejected. Having said that, Iran has scored a first. The health minister is now Mazia Vahid Dasjari. She's Iran's first female minister. She will, as I say, take the health portfolio. It tells you an awful lot, Marcus. We had this wave of optimism during the presidential elections about women's rights, about this perhaps being a new dawn for women. We had Mir Hussein Nasabi's wife being the sort of figurehead, if you like, for female voters. Now we've seen the reality of that. The Parliament actually saying no thanks very much to having 3 women in government.
Now, if we take a look at another candidate who was actually cleared as well, it's Ahmad Vahidi, the defence minister. From a foreign perspective, that must be quite extraordinary, seeing that he's been suspected to be part of a bomb attack back in 1994 in Argentina.
Very much so. 1984, Marcus. This was in Buenos Aires. You're absolutely right. Vahidi has been wanted by Interpol since 2007 in connection with a bombing on a Jewish centre in the Argentine capital. At the time, he was head of a branch of the Revolutionary Guard. The Revolutionary Guard, of course, ultimately loyal to the president and to the Ayatollah. Now, Parliament very much liked that choice when they were debating this yesterday. There were chants in the chamber of death to Israel. So that tells you again the feeling there. One choice they didn't like, and is worth mentioning, is the reappointment of Foreign Minister Manouchehr Mottaki. He was Foreign Minister under Ahmadinejad's first term. He'd been slated an awful lot for effectively leading Iran into international diplomatic isolation. He was blamed for the fact, for example, that Ahmadinejad has never been invited by an EU member state as a guest. They thought that was Mottaki's fault. And again, there were chants today, or should I say jeers, when his appointment was confirmed by the Parliament. So, as you mentioned, it's a big test for Ahmadinejad. You might say he's passed it possibly, but he'll still have to go back to the drawing board now and decide who those 3 other ministers are going to be.
All right, we'll be keeping our eyes on this story in the coming hours and the coming days. But for now, Owen Fairclough from our International Affairs Desk, thanks very much.